navigation topic of locating an unknown point on a map and on the ground by intersection. Task number is going to be 071 Charlie Oscar Mike 1014. The conditions: given a classroom setting, beautiful visual aids. You will be a member of a squad or a team and have been directed to determine the distance between two known points. You have a 1 in 50,000 scale map, a strip of paper with a straight edge, and a pencil. You have been shown the beginning and ending points of the map. Some iterations of this training will be performed in Mod 4. We will not be doing Mod 4 today. The standards: determine the grid coordinates of the unknown point within 100 meters. Include the 2-letter 100,000 meter square identifier using either the map and compass method or the straight edge method. Note: intersection is going to be the location of an unknown point by occupying at least two known points, drawing straight lines on a map, and where those lines intersect is going to be the location of your unknown point. So let's cover the equipment you will need. You will need a compass, a protractor, a military map, a writing utensil, either a pencil, a pen, or map markers, and a straight edge. You can also use a piece of paper if you do not have access to a ruler. Next slide, please. Next slide. Next slide. So when orienting your map, you'll need a flat surface. This is to ensure the map is fully spread out. This is important when determining distances. If your map is folded up or you cannot see everything, your distances are going to be off. You will have grid lines that will run from left to right, bottom to top of your map to help you stay coordinated with the map itself. You also have coordinates. These are going to be in the forms of 4-digit, 6-digit, 8-digit, or 10-digit numbers. These numbers are going to follow a 2-letter map section identifier. This lets you know which section of the map you're using. So when using these grid coordinates, a 4-digit grid coordinate will get you within 1,000 meters, 6-digit within 100 meters, 8-digit within 10 meters, 10-digit will put you on the point, also a 1-meter identifier. So for the purpose of this class, as the standard stated, we will be using a 6-digit grid coordinate to put us within 100 meters of that point. Next slide, please. All right, so magnetic and grid azimuths. A magnetic azimuth you will get from your compass. If you take your compass, you open it, align it with a point off in the distance, that reading, that degree that you get on your compass, that is going to be your magnetic azimuth. A grid azimuth is going to be what you get from your map. You have what is known as easterly and westerly grid azimuths. Easterly is going to come off to the east, westerly would come off to the west. You will see kind of a half arrow with an arrow pointing which direction in between. That will tell you. It will also have off to the side the degrees off that is. What that is stating is the difference in that north that your grid lines run on your map, the difference in that and your true or your magnetic north on your compass. So if you have an easterly grid azimuth of 5 degrees, your magnetic azimuth is 173 degrees, you will get 178. If your westerly azimuth is also 5 degrees, your magnetic is 357 degrees, you would subtract and you would get 352 degrees. So when plotting your grid coordinates, here we're going to use just a simple 4-digit grid coordinate of 2593. So we're going to go left to right, top to bottom. We're going to start in the bottom left corner. So the first thing we want to do is find our grid line identifiers, the first numbers there, our grid line of 2 here. So we find this. grid line of 9 here, so we're going to come here. This lets us know we're going to be in this box. So a grid line of 25, or a grid coordinate of 2593. I'm going to come to the left about to the middle. I'm going to come up about a third of the way. I'm going to plot my point. This is a very rough example of how to do it. You would use your protractor, use the triangle that coordinates with the scale of your map, and you would use the numbers that are already measured out on your protractor to actually plot your point accurately. One important thing to know is your major terrain features, hills, valley, ridges, saddles, and depressions. Those are useful in finding known points on a map by knowing what those look like. Here are some examples I've drawn. So, as we stated, we're going to find an unknown point off in the distance, and we need to be within 100 meters. So what we're going to do is, by standing here, I'm going to say that I know that I'm at point, I'm going to be at point alpha, and I know my grid coordinates. So I'm going to take my grid coordinates, my military map, and I'm going to plot point A, point alpha. Next, I'm going to find at least one other known point. That will be point Bravo. Point Bravo, again, I will go to it, get my grid coordinates, and then I will come over to my map. And again, I will plot my point of point Bravo. That is my two known points. So I want to find an enemy camp in this area. What I'll do is I'll take my map at point alpha. I will orient my map using terrain association, and then I will mark a tick on the top of that map stating where, in relation to my map orientation, that I see that camp off in the distance. So I'm plotting point A. I know the camp is a little bit off to the northeast. So I would plot a point here, or a tick mark there. Then I would take my straight edge and my writing utensil. So I have my tick mark. Now I will take my straight edge from my tick mark, and I will come through all the way down to point alpha. Next, I will do the same thing for point Bravo. Make my tick mark, and then my straight edge all the way through to point Bravo. All right, so you can probably guess by now, but intersection in the name is intersect. Where these lines intersect is going to be the location of my unknown point. So I've oriented my map to Bravo, back to Alpha, because Alpha is where I am, my known point. Bravo is where I sent one of my soldiers to get another known point. So now I know here's my point because that's my intersection point. Next, I will use my grid line my grid line identifiers to get my coordinate. As I said before, I need a 6-digit. So grid line 29, I want to start in my bottom left corner. Grid line 89 is going to give me, because I know I'm in this box. So this is where I want to start. All right, so from 29, I'm going to come up using these not to scale tick marks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 297 is going to be my first three numbers. Next, I will go as I was. 7 is going to be with the 8, 9, because you're going to go left to right, top to bottom, as I told you earlier. My mistake. So, come down. It's a little far off, so I'm going to take my straight edge. I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, 4. So 294, 897. My map section identifier is going to be X-ray, X-ray. Next slide, please. Next slide. So, at this time, I have shown you the equipment needed for this task, how to orient your map, plotting known and unknown points, and the process of intersection. At this time, are there any questions? All right, let's conduct an AR. What was supposed to happen? What did happen? Give me some sustains. Give me some improves. In the future, when I conduct this training, I will improve the improves and sustain the sustains. At this time, that conducts my training. Sergeants, you are dismissed.